Hi, friends. Dr. Melissa here, your friendly neighborhood body shame smashing East Asian medicine doc and holistic skin expert. Welcome back to my diagnosis short series, also known as What the Heck is My Chinese Medicine Provider Talking About? As someone who has been practicing Chinese medicine and East Asian medicine for over a decade, I've run into a number of situations where a client will look at me and say, huh? My goal with these videos in this series is to explain East Asian medicine and Chinese medicine concepts in simple terms in 5 minutes or less. So let's get started with today's episode. Now, one thing I neglected to do when I started this series is to talk about the super duper basics. So the next few episodes that I post are going to cover just that. I thought it would be fitting to start this part of the series with a concept that you all are probably familiar with: yin and yang. Now, if you're around in the 90s, you probably saw a ton of clothing and jewelry with some variation of the yin yang symbol on it. I know I sure owned a few pieces in high school and college and even to this day, but that's me. But as I'm sure you are probably aware, yin and yang is so much older than that. Believe it or not, in China, archaeologists have found divination tools with inscriptions for the characters for yin and yang dating as far back as 1400 BCE. That's a long time ago. Now, as a concept on the surface, it seems pretty easy, right? Yin and yang are opposite of each other. Yin is dark, yang is light, etc., etc. But how yin and yang interact with each other is actually a little more complicated than that. There are 5 aspects of yin and yang that are the key to understanding them. So the first concept is that opposition concept that I just mentioned. All things in the universe can be divided into yin and yang. A few examples are things like cold and warm, stillness and movement, quiet and loud. Get the idea? Good. Let's move along. So number 2, yin and yang are interdependent. So that means one can't exist without the other. In practice, you can see that this is true. This also means that nothing in the universe is entirely yin or entirely yang. You can even see in the symbol that the yin side has a little bit of yang in it and vice versa. So pretty simple again, but brings a little bit more nuance to the situation. The third concept is called mutual consumption. Now, when either yin or yang falls out of balance in the body, it can affect the other. So when yin is affected, yang is affected, and vice versa. And the other piece of this is that yin and yang are constantly changing and moving. And one of the goals of East Asian medicine in the body is to balance this. This is part of our diagnosis, and this is part of our treatment. Now, the fourth concept is called intertransformation. And that means that yin and yang can transform into one another. Now, the easiest way to think about this one is observing the seasons. So think about how spring arrives or yang rises after the yin season of winter, or how the yang season of summer transitions into fall. Now it makes sense, right? Awesome. So finally, number 5, and probably what I consider to be one of the most important of these concepts, is infinite divisibility. Now, yin and yang can always further divide. Think about a day. You can separate it into day, yang, and night, yin. But then you can also take the daytime, which is the yang part, and you can divide it into morning, which is yin within yang, or afternoon, which is yang within yang. And then you can also do that with the evening, with a little bit of yang within yin, and then nighttime would be yin within yin, and so on and so forth. You can cut it down even more. Pretty cool, right? So I hope that illuminated a little bit more about yin and yang for you. Now, if you don't have a Chinese medicine provider and would like to learn more about this or any other East Asian medicine concept, I would love to help you. I offer both telehealth and East Asian medicine based coaching sessions, both in office in Petaluma or online anywhere you are. So please visit my website at myselfcaredoc.com for more details. Links in the description of the video. Thank you so much for watching today. And don't forget to hydrate because self-care is essential. It really, really is. And I hope that you'll like and subscribe. Take good care. Be well.